Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about one of my favorite animated films from last year, Flow. It's a simple, beautiful, dialogue-free animated film by Latvian director Gints Zilbalodis. With a runtime of 85 minutes, this movie entranced me and fully deserves the Oscar it won. Quick heads up, this review may contain the occasional minor spoiler, but I'll do my best to avoid them because I think this movie is well worth watching. The film opens on a cat in a quiet forest staring into a puddle. Dogs crash through and the cat retreats. A little later, when the cat is exploring a stream, a herd of deer stampedes, water begins to rise, and eventually a flood overtakes the land. From here, the cat, dogs, and all sorts of wildlife try and survive the flood by stowing away on a boat. They pick up more passengers and drift past ruined human architecture on their journey to survive. There's a lot of mystery and unanswered questions in this movie, and I think that works to its favor, especially with the setting. In the background of many shots, there are statues of cats and dogs, suggesting a world that once valorized animals. The film never explains where the humans went, but it doesn't need to because this is a film about nature reclaiming what was once human. Seas rise and cities submerge. In many ways, this movie feels biblical like Noah's flood. The cause of the flood is also never explained, and that is okay because it keeps the focus on the animals. Again, there's zero dialogue. However, animals purr, whimper, bark, and call. It makes the movie feel more instinctive and emotive. As a viewer, we feel with the animals rather than being told what to think. This is visual storytelling at its best. On a more immediate level, Flow is a story of survival and the forging of unlikely alliances. Cats and dogs don't usually tend to be friends. Dogs usually chase cats around and cats hiss back at them. In this movie, the cat is initially solitary, hunted, fearful, and unsure, but over the flood's course, it must learn to trust, cooperate, and even make sacrifices with the other animals so that they may all survive. The animals and their shared journey aboard the boat become a micro-society of different animals learning to coexist. The theme of interdependence is powerful. No one species can survive alone. The cat is saved by the whale. The bird intervenes, the dog helps, the lemur trades trinkets. Their interactions aren't always peaceful, but they gradually build empathy. This movie fantastically highlights the importance of unity through a shared goal. If you don't have a shared goal, then the trust and cooperation will fall apart. The film's tone is an interplay of beauty and danger. The first scenes with the puddle, forest, statues, and home are serene and contemplative. As the flood builds, tension mounts. There are sequences of panic, but even in the chaos, it never feels like a grandiose spectacle. Instead, it feels spiritual or even transcendental. This film has a mystic and ethereal tone to it. A huge part of why this movie feels that way is the ambience. It carries emotional weight, delineates space, heightens tension, and creates an immersive atmosphere. Whether it's wind in trees, dripping water, flood surges, splashes, or animal footsteps, everything is richly layered. The film never falls silent or flat. Making things even better, the music is an integral part of the movie's heartbeat. The score swings between meditative ambient textures and more dramatic melodic swells. They each play to the scenes. In the forest, the music is soft, minimal, and delicate. During flood surges, the music elevates the drama. In all aspects, the music and soundscapes support the quiet and tension without being overwhelming. One of the best elements of this movie is its compositional patience. The film usually uses long takes and slow pans, letting the environment and mood seep in. Whereas many other animated films try to overwhelm with detail, Flow balances fine detail like fur, textures, and foliage with sweeping vistas like flooded mountains and submerged ruins. This gives the film both an intimate and epic scope. I love that as we journey with the animals, we experience different human architecture. I love the Greco-Roman, Mediterranean, classical architecture. Arches, columns, stone faces reclaimed by moss, vines, water, and fish were beautiful. The underwater sequences were striking with fish swirling and light rays piercing the blue. The most impressive thing about this movie is that it was made on Blender, a free 3D open source software. I love the way the camera roams, shifts, lingers, plunges, and creates visual rhythm. The animators for this movie did one hell of a good job. The last thing I want to mention is the animals. I love how they each have distinct personalities that contribute to the tension, companionship, threat, or aid. I love how the dark barks, chases, and loves to play. It can be careless and accidentally cause mischief. It's exactly what I picture a lab or a golden retriever doing. The capybara is very laid back and calm. I love how it's resourceful and offers bananas to the cat. I love how the lemur is obsessed with shiny objects. It's very curious and attached to its trinkets. I love how the secretary bird is serious and brooding, but it still offers fish and protection to the cat. It goes from predator to ally. While the animals are never fully anthropomorphic, they each have distinct traits and manage to get along in unique ways that reminds me of the Redwall book series. If you haven't read those books, you are seriously missing out. Anyway, I have zero complaints about this movie. Flow is everything I want from animation. Confident visual storytelling, a world that feels ancient, living, and newly born, and a reminder that survival is a team sport. Its patience, music, and free-roaming camera turns simple moments like a puddle's reflection, a branch in a storm, or a whale rising from the deep into images that stick to your ribs. The film trusts you to feel first and explain later, and that trust pays off in wonder, tension, and genuine warmth between creatures who should be enemies, but choose to coexist. For me, that's the magic. Not answers, but awe. Not speeches, but shared breath. Flow is a flawless movie, and I can happily recommend it. I am not an animal person, but this movie made me sympathize and care for the creatures. If you're a pet owner, you'll absolutely love this movie. Thank you for listening to my review of Flow. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.